I'm going to do. Now that we said what the course is going to be like, I'm going to go over the renewable energy. Then I'm going to go into talking about a little bit about NAPSET certification, because most of you title of the class is what? Solar certification. Okay. I'm going to talk what is this NAPSET certification is all about, how you can go into about being certified. You don't have to really be certified to install. Having an electrical contractor's license, okay, allows you to go and install a photovoltaic system. Okay. But there's some benefits associated with those things. I will talk how they view this kind of benefits. Okay?
Excuse me, are you going to issue a test at the end of this for the certification?
Okay. The answer, you want to answer that? Or you want to?
The question was whether we're going to test after this class for NAPSET.
That's right.
We're in the process right now of becoming an IREC certified institution. In order for us to administer the NAPSET test, we have to be an IREC approved educational institution. We're in the process of getting that approval. Once we have that, we fully expect to be able to offer the NAPSET test after this 10-week class. We're going to try to do it as soon as the class ends, so the information is fresh in your mind. The only issue is they're probably not going to approve us to do it in a setting like this. We own a testing facility or an educational facility up in Parsippany, and that's probably where we're going to hold the NAPSET certification. So as this course progresses over the 10 weeks, we'll probably be able to announce in the next 1 or 2 weeks we're IREC certified as an educational institution, and then after that we'll be announcing the testing dates for NAPSET. So you can come get your NAPSET certification with us. I'm not sure what the cost structure of that will be yet because I'm not familiar with what that's going to be. I'm hearing anywhere from $200 to $300 maybe to do that NAPSET test. But Gene will be filling in on that. He'll be making announcements weekly. Gene will be kicking off the classes for me, and we'll let you know when all that's settled, and we'll get you all the dates. And we can only hold 35 people at a time up there, so we'll have multiple dates. So if you all make it through the 10 weeks and you all want to take the test, we'll make sure we get you all NAPSET certified. Well, that's a better question for Constantinos.
Yeah, that's what I said. What's your question, sir? I'm going to go through the actual NAPSET, actually the presentations that they have, so this way you get some idea what it is. But typically, is this there are certain types of requirements that you must have to be able to take. There's two tests. There's the entry-level test and the NAPSET, the installation part of the test. So if you complete this course in here, that will allow you to take the entry-level test. For the actual test for the installation can only be given by NAPSET itself. And they go around the country in different times of the year, which actually they administer the test themselves. They're not allowed to actually perform the actual classes for them, but they have institutions or actually companies like us in here who actually can design courses like this, so this way they can actually train you. The main thing is that these particular courses, they give you the fundamental requirements, or actually they fulfill the requirements, what they have as set requirements for the knowledge that expected for you to know in order to be able to take the entry level. There's 10 sections that you have to be familiar, and actually some of the areas that we cover on the course cover all these areas. So if you take the course and you understand it, you should have no problem actually passing the entry level as well as the installation level here. But the other thing regarding the solar, they're developing the product. I don't think that test is already, they are in the process that actually developing that testing mechanism. I don't think that test is already defined yet for the solar thermal. I think they are in the process. I think they expect them within the next couple of months to be able to have some testing. And that's just one particular organization that offers this type of testing. But again, for you electrical contractors, electricians, and so forth, in the state of New Jersey, you don't need any specific certifications to be able to install photovoltaic systems. But however, you should know But the minute that you pay a permit to install one, you are responsible for the system. I don't know whether or not some of the contractors will actually take the permit, because it's an electrical system, so you're responsible from nuts to bolts. So you're responsible from mounting, you're responsible for the actual structural, you're responsible because you are responsible for the system itself. Because the plant review is done on what? The plant review, when you go into inspection mechanism, is done on what? Who's going to look at your actually system? What inspection? It's going to be what? The subcode official for the electrical, right? And then actually at some point in time, if he needs to do so, he will say what? I need verification for what? For structural, which that becomes what? A building requirement. Another thing can be what? He might think that the area down South Jersey is what? Very corrosive, or whatever he may think, okay? So he may have you what? Some other person also inspect, maybe a mechanical inspector and so forth, which at that point in time, he may request what? Special services consideration, which means you may have to provide what? Some sort of what? He may require to hire a licensed professional engineer on structural things and so forth to make sure that he understands your design. Okay? So on a small scale, it may not be a big deal. In a large scale, it may be. A lot of those things, after you've done them once or twice, they become what? Pretty straightforward, because you can get a lot of the information out of what? Calculations that have already been done in areas for you. It's a matter of downloading and having this information for you, for wind loading calculations, structural calculations, and so forth. However, a good design, you have to provide this. Some of you guys, you give a little single page up there with the modules associated with them, with a couple little rack systems that you're going to be using and everything, and the inspector looks at it, spends about, subcode official looks at it, spends about maybe a half an hour and releases the drawings. Remember, drawings are released, they've never been approved. Remember? You gotta remember this. Any kind of what? Plan review that you get, the drawings are never approved. They're only released, which means they're subject to what? Final inspection. And if you find what? A problem during final inspection, you screw the pooch. You have to fix it. You understand that? I'm saying those things only because it has happened. Just because a plan is being released, you need to go install it per the actually design. That does not mean in the final what? Inspection, should any flaws be found, that you don't have to correct it. Gene told me that. All right? Any questions so far? Did I answer your question, sir? Is that clear? And sir, you said whether or not we're going to issue the test. The answer is at the present time we don't know, but we sure are working on it. Okay. All right, let's talk a little bit about something about alternative, renewable, sustainable energy and so forth. Okay, let's go through it and see something. Okay. You've seen that before. Okay, you see pictures up here with showing pollution and the condition that the Earth is at the present time. And now what's wrong with this thing? Okay? What's wrong when we look at pictures like this? Because we see, well, we have pollution for what? Burning fossil fuels, okay? We have greenhouse gases, acid rain, public health has been affected. Of course, some people do what? All kinds of calculations to find out what terrible things are happening in these things. We have carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and all kinds of things from our power plants. Our power plants usually what? They generate what? Electrical power. We take the electrical power, do what? Transmit it, distribute it, utilize it, and we are part of the what? Actually hooking out the utilization pieces of equipment. Yes? This is our part. Of course, we have some utility guys that are involved in what? Transmission and distribution for that particular purpose. But your job is like this. Now, what are we going for this thing? Now, if we look at the statistics, and this is some guy that won the Nobel